great mics. Thank you, Michael Lewis. Amazing. Thank you for coming to Next Step Screenplay Series Can Meet Theater Live. We're gonna start at 7:15, so please feel free to get a wonderful drink or some type of beverage at Bynx, use the restroom. We will have an intermission halfway through, but yeah, we'll get started at 7:15. So.
This is our I'm not the entertainment. I picked out the best one.
Wayne is gonna be the bearer of my belts. That's a good title, the bearer.
Hi everyone, just doing a test for our live stream audio.
Fancy meeting you here. I wonder if they think that this is like probably. So long, you know. I'm gonna use it for we got food too here. You guys got food? Yeah, you're good. You guys got food?
What?
You should have written it down, bro.
I don't have a pencil.
Like when we rehearsed it.
You're gonna have to get it here. That's maybe a little more difficult than I originally assumed. We may have a couple. So, we've got it. Yeah, when you do a bureaucrat, you're supposed to be here for Jim. She's got to come up to here. You're just going to have to smooth between drops.
Don't worry. There's like a secret orb around me, like an atmosphere will pull you in, and you'll be able to rotate around me. Exactly. So I try to tone it down with the noise. That's why when I tell jokes, they call me Marvel. They don't want space.
I meant to say not to see it.
Okay? Yeah. You got food? No, totally you got food. You got the chef boy already? I'm glad I got the memo about the all black.
All right. So I'll hop to this one. This is the shorter one. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for coming out to Next Step Screenplay Series, Canned Meat Theater Live. I'm Kimberly DiPersia. I'm the artistic director of All the Lion Studio and Incubator. And normally, like this month is a little bit different than what we normally do. Normally we stage an original feature-length screenplay. So it could be a dramatic, it could be drama, comedy, all different types of genres. This month we're doing Canned Meat Theater Live. So Canned Meat Theater is a podcast. There's 8 episodes online that you can check out on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, pretty much anywhere you can find a podcast, you can find Canned Meat Theater. And so we have a lot of members that have been a part of both. And so it kind of just made sense to let's put this live. One special fact, not only are we live streaming this before our wonderful live stream audience, so just everyone give a little turn, say hey, hello. We are also recording this as an audio podcast, so this will be released for Canned Meat Theater in their podcast. So if you see that little mic over there, right, you can wave to it as well and say hi, Mike. That is going to pick up your audience laughter. So just know if you want to be a little more laughing, you can. If you want to direct your laughter to the microphone, you can. But just something to keep in mind, that's what that mic is for. It's not it's not keeping surveillance like from the FBI or anything like that. It's for audience laughter and only audience laughter. I guess just a big thank you to Bynx for being our amazing host. We've officially launched into like our 2nd year of doing this, which is amazing. Our first show was September of last year, and so Bynx is great. We will have a 10-minute intermission, so feel free to get a coffee or a beverage or some snacks as well during that time. And just a couple things. Huge thank you to Jeffrey Rembert, our Next Step curator. So if you have a screenplay that you want to get submitted for consideration, Jeff's the one that sorts through that. So you want to snooze with him, you know, really. He can be bought, okay, for the right price. For that, but so Jeff goes through all the different submissions for the different feature-length screenplays, and if you look at the back, we do have our lineup through January as well. So we've got really cool ones, different mix of things. So great. So without further ado, Can Meet Theater Live. Woo!
Good evening, everyone. My name is McDowell, and I'm one of the producers of Can Meet Theater Live. So great to be here with all you wonderful people. Just a few things before we begin. Please be advised, tonight's performance contains violence, graphic designers, violence against graphic designers, adult language, childish language, misinterpreted body language, sexual situations, awkward sexual situations, nudity, graphic nudity, nudity involving graphic designers, racism, sexism, sadomasochism, post-impressionism, cruelty to animals, cruelty by animals, cruelty to graphic designers, sodomy, blasphemy, perfidy, chicanery, cultural insensitivity, moral bankruptcy, emotional unavailability, flashing lights, garish costuming, sloppy editing, inconsistent acting, trite dialogue, weak character development, derivative plotting, self-absorption, smugness, apathy, and an undeserved sense of entitlement. Listener discretion is advised. Enjoy the show.
A simple yet shocking fact.
It is this. With just one platypus, you can make a whole omelet.
This is the city. My city. It can be a beautiful place, but it can also be hard. Really hard. Hard on your feet. There was a time when I thought I had it all. Big office, fancy car, penthouse apartment, beautiful wife. That's all gone now. I've got a new life now. It's not easy, but for those out there who are desperate, who have nowhere left to turn, on their last best hope. My name is Sidney Greenbaum, Dr. Sidney Greenbaum. I'm the night podiatrist. It's a slow Tuesday night. I was catching up on the latest developments in bunions and enjoying a mocha latte. I was hoping this would be the most excitement I'd have that evening. But then she walked in, and I knew she was trouble.
Hello, Dr. Greenbaum. Remember me? Ena Trouble?
I'm not good with faces, but I never forget a good pair of ankles. Hello, Miss Trouble. What brings you here on a night like this?
Oh, Dr. Greenbaum. Sydney, I need your help.
Really? You look like life has been treating you well.
Yeah, I got myself in a nice, respectable job, steady paycheck, benefits.
Well, you could go to any foot doc in the city then. Maybe even a chiropractor. Why come here?
I tried going the straight route. Seemed a good deal at first.
But then?
My regular podiatrist joined one of those medical groups, you know? Now I gotta jump through hoops to get an appointment, and when I do, they find all kinds of things wrong.
I'd heard of these groups. Sales-driven and aggressive at that. Bringing in patients like cattle. Charging them for things they don't need.
I don't have that kind of money, and I don't like getting jerked around.
Well, it's a sad story. All right, let me take a look. Now, does this hurt? How about this? Here? All right. Looks like a simple case of tendonitis. How long has it been hurting?
Ever since I kicked that no-good son of a bitch in the...
Just how many days, Miss Trouble?
Oh, about 2 days.
All right, put some ice on it, 20 minutes on, 20 minutes off, and stay in bed with your foot up.
Oh, okay, I'll go get some ice and be waiting for you.
Forget it, miss. I've had enough trouble. This relationship is strictly professional. Now just take the pressure off it for a couple days. Rest it good.
Suit yourself. Thanks, Sydney. I better be going.
Not quite yet, Miss Trouble.
Hey, what's the big idea?
The big idea is I run this place for the down and out, but I don't run it for thieves.
Who are you calling a thief?
You might be a hard-working gal these days, Neena, but there's no way you've got the dough for those shoes.
What? I got them on sale.
Ha! That's a good one. I was the biggest footman in this town for years. I had a lot of rich patients. I know a shiny new pair of Jimmy Choos when I see them. Those kicks would set you back $2,000 at least.
Aw, hell, Sydney, you got me. What are you gonna do? You better not slap me. It's not the 40s anymore, you know.
I'm not going to slap you. Just take those shoes back where you lifted them from. I won't tell a soul. But if you come in here again wearing hot kicks, the only doctor you'll be seeing is Dr. Scholes.
I didn't mean to hurt no one. They're just so gorgeous. All right, Sydney, you got yourself a deal.
Yeah, now go on, get out of here.
What happened to you, Sydney? How'd the city's best podiatrist end up here?
Let's just say I stepped on the wrong toes.
Pretty bad thing for someone in your line. See you around, Sydney.
There are 1 million people out there in the city, and most of them have feet. As long as they're out there, I'll be here. I'm Dr. Sidney Greenbaum, the night podiatrist.
Hello, good morning, and welcome to It's Kim. Today we have a special guest, one of my all-time favorites, straight from the Enchanted Forest and now Pasadena, California. Did I mention she's one of my all-time favorites? Snow White! Oh, Snow, it is so good to see you.
Oh, Kim, it's lovely to see you too. Then again, with so much to do.
Oh, I can only imagine. So, with the musical coming out next year, congratulations. And the little men, you must stay pretty busy. Oh, is it okay to call them little men?
Little men, dwarves, it's what they are and how they're known.
Well, I'm sure the viewing audience, and count me in that number, want to know what's happened since we last saw you.
Well, after the fairy tale, my career took a back seat. Then the Me Too movement pulled the curtain back on saving fair maidens. So I thought, hey, I'll give it another go. Look at Streep and Linny, they're killing it.
Good for you. You do you, girl.
Unfortunately, aside from the musical, plum roles for aging actresses are scarce. I mean, what's up with that? So instead, I spend all day at home with the boys.
Oh, have you thought about putting the boys in school?
Well, we can't prove their ages. They all have beards and look 40. So mostly, they work in the backyard with pick and shovel and sing. And sing. And sing.
Oh, wonderful. And so sweet. Oh, someone get me a tissue. No, the lavender scented tissue. Thank you. Snow, would you like a soda?
Oh, no thank you. Brought my own. Oh, you know, homemade. Nerves and all.
For those of us just logging in, we have Snow White. She's been telling us about her life after the fairy tale. So tell us, Snow, tell us about your typical day.
While waiting for something from my agent. Well, I do the housewife thing. I cook and I clean and clean and clean. Did I mention I clean? I just try to keep the fairy tale alive.
Oh, charming, must love that. Any plans for kids of your own?
We've talked about it, but it's hard to find quiet moments. You know how it is, with the little ones running around all the time. Do you mind if I have a taller glass? Silly old nerves seem to be dancing in my tummy.
Guys, taller glass, please. Here you are, dear, for your nerves. have to pump the brakes after we are live. So, keeping the fairy tale alive?
We'd have it no other way. No electricity or indoor plumbing. Just candles, a windmill, and a piss bucket.
Yikes! It seems like you've indeed recaptured the enchanted forest.
Yes, really bloody enchanted. But to be honest, our yard is like a no man's land of tunnels and trenches. I'm afraid the boys are going to dig up some long dead Spanish soldiers. Pardon me.
Are you all right, Snow?
Oh, then there's the hygiene. They shed like Labradors and have the habits of, well, miners. Smelly clothes, dirty boots everywhere. And where is Charming? Peaceful, quiet work. Leaves me home alone to care for his boys. You know I killed his Eliza Doolittle.
Oh, love the movie. And I believe you're part Irish on your grandmother's side.
What gave it away? But do you think I get to do some side commercial work? Oh, hell no. I'm home taking care of his boys. Those little pervs begged me to bathe them. It's out of the question. It'd be Folsom Prison Blues for my beagle if I left him home alone.
You seem a touch agitated. Mind if we take a short break?
A break? What the hell is that? And Charming works all day with starlets. If I knew then what I know now about the maidens he's awakened from death's slumber. His mouth is like a hothouse for hookers and gold diggers.
Hey guys, we've got a potential code Jerry Springer here, code red.
Me? Would love to address my needs. You know what I'm talking about. Wouldn't mind a little happy ending. But just try to catch some alone time with 7 men peering through a door lock. Just keep it natural. So, you know, I be close against a fucking rock and piss in the bushes and clean bird shit off the windowsill. Don't sing to the little feathered bastards. Bleach in the bird bath doesn't work either. Hey, trolls, don't go pulling any ginger hate on this Irish lassie. If the Brothers Grimm had truly known.
You seem a bit on edge.
You think?
And we'll be back with more Snow White in a minute. Cut to commercial!
Dear Thurston Preparatory School, as another new year dawns, it is time once again for me and the other alumni to receive your annual fundraising appeal. Every year, we are deluged with colorful brochures and inspiring stories about what the latest students attending our alma mater have achieved. It's at this time I would like to share with you my fond memories of Mrs. Lola Demetrios, better known as Mrs. D, who taught freshman English to myself and countless others at TPS from 1976 until her retirement in 2007. In my youth, I was, shall we say, an indifferent student at times. This was something that Mrs. D found unacceptable, as any good teacher would. And true to her nature, she was not shy at letting me know about it. She took me aside one day and told me that my lackluster performance wasn't due to my intellectual limitations as a student, but to my own low expectations of myself. If only I would put in the effort, I could achieve anything. And you know, to this day, I've never forgotten Mrs. D's advice. It is therefore all the more unfortunate that I never actually took her advice. As a result, my professional life, if one can call it that, has been defined by an aimless drifting from one lower-level position to another, with dubious performance records, and a resume that relies heavily on embellishment, if not outright deception. As for my personal life, it has been marred by disappointment and failed relationships, resulting in struggles with alcoholism, prescription opioid addiction, and clinical depression. At present, I am awaiting the judgment on my 3rd divorce from the Kazakhstani mail-order bride. I am currently living in a mobile home park that is notable only for its view of the county jail and the high number of sexual predators in residence. And so, due to the miasma of horror which surrounds my life, I will be unable to donate to your fundraising campaign this year. This situation is likely to continue for the foreseeable future. Therefore, I would humbly ask to be removed from your mailing list and receive no further correspondence from you on this matter. All the best to the faculty, staff, and students at Thurston Prep. And please, say hello to Mrs. D for me. Sincerely, name and address withheld.
However, it's been well stated that very few blind people join the nudist colony.
But for those who do, we salute you.
Are you angry? Frustrated? Feel like no one cares about your problems? Of course you do. We all do. But there's no need for you to suffer in silence or retreat into the isolated and miserable life of an internet troll. Why not turn your problems into party time? Welcome to the grand opening of the Bitch Bar.
That's right. The Bitch Bar is the only bar in town that features the best drink specials and offers you unlimited opportunities to bitch and moan about anything you want as much as you want.
Our bartenders are certified therapists who also have Special Forces interrogation resistance training and are able to listen to your bitching all night long. You'll never be cut off or ignored again as you bitch the night away.
Singles! Try our Tiki Bar themed bitch encounter area, where you can meet up with the best looking guys and gals in town and share what really gets under your skin while enjoying specialty cocktails and punching bags. And for the ultimate experience, try our private bitching rooms, where one of our talented, underemployed actors will treat you to top shelf cocktails and free champagne and pose as whoever you want them to be and let you live out your deepest bitching fantasies. As your unresponsive spouse, your overbearing parents, your ungrateful children, your idiot boss, government officials, traffic engineers, tech support call center staff, anything you can think of.
Don't forget about our happy hour every day starting at 5 o'clock. Don't take that workplace hostility home to your family. Drop in for 2-for-1 specials on all domestic beers and well drinks and 90 minutes of career-oriented bitching before that long ride home.
Wednesday is Ladies' Night with our Bitching for Bitches specials. Come on out, ladies, and strut your stuff. Free drinks till 10 p.m. for anyone who has proof they're currently menstruating.
And Thursday is open mic night. Half price on all domestic and select imported beers, and your chance to take the stage and bitch like a star. No annoying slam poetry, no off-key karaoke, no over-emoting singer-songwriters. Just real honest bitching from real people like you. $100 gift certificates awarded to best male and female bitches of the night.
So quit bottling up those negative emotions and come on down to the Bitch Bar. Remember, you deserve everything, all the time.
But if you don't get it, you can still bitch about it.
Thank you very much. You all enjoying the show so far? Thank you. Like I said, my name is Doug McDowell. I am one of the producers of Cami Theater. We're just doing a little introduction for this next piece because it sort of bears one. We're doing a mashup of several episodes of a recurring sketch we have on Cami Theater called The Bureaucrat. Now, The Bureaucrat has a story behind it. It is a semi-autobiographical tale of myself. I have worked in local government for too long. I currently work for one that's up the street there, but we're not going to talk about that. Anyway, I used to live in a Florida beach town, and I would, well, strange things happen there. And I would often relate these to my co-producer and writing partner and former wrestling champion, Wayne Cothron, who's sitting there in the front row. And unbeknownst to him, he just started writing these down. And before I knew it, he had like a whole television series that he had written for this. But obviously we were not able to produce a television series, so we have adapted many of those scripts into Can Meet Theater. And it revolves around hapless poor city planner Art Cox in the fictional town of Bellevue Beach. And after the show, if you want to ask where is the real Bellevue Beach, we'll be happy to tell you. But for now, please enjoy The Bureaucrat. Hit it, Maestro. Woo! Yes, well, I guess that's why we have those rules. And why you need a license to handle a tiger. Yes. Well, be glad you still have the one good arm. Okay. All right. Have a good day, sir.
I want to speak to someone.
Yeah, well, I'd like to think I'm someone.
My children and I were walking on the beach and we came across a large pile of excrement.
Well, ma'am, some people take their dogs out and won't clean up after them, and we do have people who ride horses here too, so that does happen. We're trying to spread awareness of the problem with the beach patrol, and...
I know all that. I've lived here all my life. I'm talking about human poop. Real human poop. All over the beach.
It could be a sewage issue. The utilities department is across the hall.
No, sir. That is not the case, and I can prove it.
What's that?
I have a video of people, young women no less, partying, getting drunk at night, and pooping on the beach.
Really?
I take it by the tone of your voice that you're not taking this seriously.
No, ma'am, I'm just trying to get my mind around the problem.
Well, once you see this video...
No, please, I don't want to see a video of people pooping on the beach.
Look, I've spent a lot of time hiding in the dunes with my night vision goggles in order to shoot this video. The least you can do is watch a few seconds of it.
Okay, why don't you take this to the police?
Are you serious? I don't want the cops to know I've been hiding out taking videos of women pooping on the beach. I'm not some kind of freak.
Right. Then why are you showing them to me?
Can't you do something about it?
Not really. I mean, you'd have better luck just posting this online. You might even make some money, sadly.
Pervert! You've definitely lost my vote.
I'm not an elected official.
Can you help me out, sir?
Believe it or not, that's why I'm here. You'll need to put out that cigar, though. No smoking in here.
Yeah, sure. Where do I,
Just put it out in this coffee cup right here.
Thank you, sir.
Sorry about that.
Okay. And this cup right here, thanks. So, my name is Jim Russo, and I'm trying to get some information about putting on a cultural event.
I guess you recently heard that the newspaper that the city's giving tax breaks to the performing arts?
Yep, and that's why I'm here, because I'm trying to bring more cultural events into the city.
Well, what do you promote exactly?
Professional wrestling.
Okay.
Okay, what?
Well, I don't know if that's what the city had in mind.
Why the hell not?
I just don't think they would consider professional wrestling a cultural event.
Hey, I'll have you know that the professional wrestling has a long tradition in this country. In fact, we're probably the first live show in American history.
Well, that's very interesting, I guess, but let me get my assistant planner, Dana, up here. She's been handling the applications for that. Hey, Dana.
Hi, Art, what's up?
Yeah. Mr.
Oh, sorry. Russo. Jim Russo, the CEO of Rogue State Wrestling, Championship Wrestling, to be precise.
Right. Mr. Russo was interested in applying for the city's tax credit program for the performing arts. I was wondering if you could share some examples of the applications we've received so far.
Sure. There's Elvis on Ice, figure skating show,
Elvis on Ice.
and a Liberace tribute act. No, actually 2 Liberace tribute acts. As an old woman.
Okay, is there anything more traditional like Shakespeare?
Oh, sure. There's a production on Hamlet
Oh, good.
on water skis.
Water skis.
Yep.
So, here's the application, Mr. Russo. Good luck.
Hey, thanks, buddy, and I'll be seeing you around, all right? I'll see you later.
Gross! Who put the cigar in my coffee?
No idea. Hey, the mayor's supposed to come by this morning. Is everything ready?
Sure. I made sure everything was cleaned up good.
Well, not too good. I mean, we want him to know that we're busy.
Just chill, Art. It'll be fine.
Hi. Is this planning and zoning?
Ah, yes, it is. Can we help you?
Are you the one I need to see about a license?
Yes, we are.
Oh, I hope you don't mind. I made these cookies. I thought I'd share. Please have one.
Wow, those look good.
Not trying to bribe us, are you? So, what sort of business do you want to start, Miss,
Jones. Beatrice Jones. My friends call me B.
Well, it's nice to meet you, B. Let's get started. Where are you planning on opening this business?
1400 Simpson Street on the south side where the old Blockbuster used to be.
Great. It's about time to get something new in there.
Oh, that might be the reason the rent was so cheap.
So, what sort of business is this going to be?
It's going to be, a social club.
Okay, are you planning to serve alcohol at this club?
Oh, no. This is going to be a club for people just to gather and socialize, make connections, that sort of thing.
Does this club have a name?
Are you going to try one of my cookies? My son loves them. He's in college now, UF.
Well, don't mind if I do. These are really good. So what's this business going to be called?
Mistress Nightshade's Dungeon.
That's an interesting name.
Are you okay, hon?
Yeah. Just let me take a breath.
Sorry. I get that,
Are you Mistress Nightshade?
When I need to be.
I don't think a club like that is legal here.
Oh, now hold on. Don't get the wrong idea here. I'm not running a brothel or something. This is just a place where our community can meet up, relax, and be themselves.
Your community?
Yes. In fact, at a recent convention, Bellevue Beach was voted Florida's most up-and-coming fetish community. A lot of people enjoy these things in spite of the fact that the mainstream likes to look down on us.
You have conventions?
You vote on things?
What's so surprising about that?
I don't know. I just thought you'd be more authoritarian.
Only some of us. We're all still Americans,
Hi, Dana. How are y'all doing?
Oh, geez, not now.
Good morning, sir.
Hello, B. How are you doing?
Oh, hello, Leo. Good to see you.
Now, you're not giving my friend B here any trouble, are you?
No, of course not, sir. Just finishing up here. Here's your license, Mistress Miss Jones.
Good. B's gonna do great things for Southside. Great things. Office looks great, all right? Keep up the good work. I'll see you later, B.
Oh, I'm sure you will, Leo.
Can I ask?
You can ask, but I won't tell. See you around, Art. Enjoy the cookies. I'll be serving those at the club, by the way.
These are really good. You want another one?
No. All yours. Thank you.
One never knows when the homosexual is about.
Unless there's a dance-off. No cheering for the stripping? Okay, fine.
Sit down. Calling all single entrepreneurs. Are dating apps just not working for you? Frustrated at all the money you've been spending on dates but it never paying off with true love? Wondering how to balance your busy schedule and love life? Introducing the Assistant app. pairing you with a desperate out-of-work individual who is more than happy to help you realize your dreams. Simply input your profile and your needs and then swipe right on whoever you think will do the job. The assistant app will then connect you to finalize the hiring process, and then you've got yourself the extra help.
My last relationship sunk me thousands of dollars in debt because the lazy bum wouldn't get a job. Now I'm sinking thousands of dollars into having someone answer my emails and schedule my life.
My ex-husband wouldn't even make me coffee, but my new assistant makes me it whenever I want.
I spend so much money on women, taking them out to expensive restaurants, and not even getting laid afterwards. Now I have an assistant who does all the hard work for me. I still don't get laid, but I've increased my productivity by 150%.
Download the Assistant app today to make your entrepreneurial dreams a reality.
You think you want love, but what you really need is an assistant.
And now introducing Assistant app for couples.
We were planning on having a kid, but then we realized having an assistant instead would be so much more productive.
Instead of wasting our time and money on college savings, we're paying an employee full salary with benefits.
They could even work out of the office that we had been planning to make a nursery.
The Assistant app. Ditch love and embrace productivity.
Good evening. Welcome to Ken Burns Presents. I'm Ken Burns. Many of you will remember my groundbreaking documentary on the Civil War. I know I do. As we live through our own turbulent times, I want to share some new discoveries I have made on this subject. Recently uncovered diaries, correspondence, and other documents from both sides tell a story of how not only soldiers and civilians suffered from the diseases and deprivations we're all familiar with, but they also had to deal with many of the problems people have today. We begin with a letter from Colonel Thomas P. Jones of the 112th New York.
Dear General Grant, my unit is outside Manassas, and my men are suffering from what I consider the darkest plague ever to curse the frontline soldier. I am, of course, referring to the restless leg syndrome. The young men under my command can't get the sleep they need because their legs can't stop moving in the night. Now, the doctors in my unit do have a treatment for this, but I think amputation is a step too far. Your obedient servant, Colonel Thomas P. Jones.
We should all be grateful that we live in times where there are less extreme treatments for restless leg syndrome. Mental health was also a problem for both armies during the Civil War. Allow me to share the following letter from Lieutenant Samuel R. Smith from the 95th Georgia.
Dear Mama, I have some sad news from the front. Although I am physically well, something has shattered my emotional stability. A Yankee ball took the life of my emotional support animal, my beloved dog Ranger. I respectfully requested a mental health day from my captain because of my condition so I could regain my composure. But Mama, he just suggested I spend the evening with a fallen woman. Dear Mama, please pardon the tear-stained paper this letter has been written on. Your loving and still pure son, Samuel.
Mental health was not only a problem for the soldiers' wives also had to contend with being away from their loved ones. Here's a letter from Mrs. Clara Ramsey from Savannah, Georgia.
My darling Beauregard, it has been almost 6 months since I've received a letter from you, and I am suffering from extreme melancholy. I would normally turn to my therapist to help me process these feelings, or at least give me some more laudanum. But alas, he was killed at Chancellorville. I was forced to cook my first meal since Cook was liberated by the Yankees, hoping that a meal of shrimp and grits would comfort me. This would only succeed in giving me the worst case of the vapors, soiling my undergarments, and the blue ball gown you gave to me just before your deployment. Not that there are a lot of balls scheduled for the future.
Both Union and Confederate soldiers would experience things and see parts of the country that they most likely never would have seen or experienced if not for the war. This point is perfectly illustrated by this journal entry from Captain Alexander Lippincott of the 71st Ohio.
My dearest Abigail, first let me tell you I am well, and I'm proud to tell you our successful defense of Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. I must say the grandeur of this beautiful part of the country has bewildered me completely. And it's because of this I am planning to build a bed and breakfast hotel here. And when this war is over, okay? Now, I write this letter with the heaviest of hearts. Cupid has struck my breast, and I am deeply in love with this young corporal in my unit. Yes, I am aware that our love is that the love that dare not be named. But my only regret is the pain that this correspondence is causing you, my former love. But I feel as if I have been living in a closet, and now I must come out. I hope one day you'll forgive me and we can remain friends. With regrets, Alex.
I am very excited to share this next journal entry with you because most Civil War documentaries primarily feature the accounts of officers who often came from wealthy families and were well educated. It is often difficult to find first-hand accounts of the experiences of the poor and common soldier, but Benjamin Boomer Dalton, who served in the 71st Mississippi, is typical of such men. I would like to take this time to thank Professor Anthony McDowell for translating, or I suppose decoding this historical document.
Well, I tell you what, man. I've been fighting a dadgum old anti-eatum and shit, man, talking about I ain't ever seen so much blood, man. The battlefield looked like a bucket full of hog livers. I was fighting along this old boy named a Stinky Bill, man. I tell you what, man, he's a Civil War issue Tic Tacs one, and we'll touch that. He suffers from that the dang old breath smells like a Norwegian outhouse. Well, I tell you what, man, we were scouting on top of this hill. This dang old Yankee blowed his damn head off, man. It was like boom. I saw as his dang old head went rolling down the hill like a dang old bowling ball, man. And that Yankee fella at the bottom picked up his head and got one whiff of Stinky Bill's last breath, man. It took him out. It was Stinky Bill's revenge, you know. I tell you what, this war, it better end soon, man, because it's awful, man. It's dang old awful.
People on the home front also faced challenges during the Civil War. Supply chains were unreliable, and that's putting it mildly. Take, for example, this police report from Wayne, New Jersey.
I responded to a disturbance that occurred on Monday at Edwards grocery store. A Mrs. K.L. Stewart, known to all in the town as Karen, had brutally attacked the store's clerk by punching and kicking him repeatedly. Witnesses say that Miss Stewart was upset the store had no coffee and demanded to see somebody in authority. The clerk informed Mrs. Stewart that the owner was at lunch and not in the store at that moment. And it was at this point that Mrs. Stewart insulted the ethnic origins of the clerk, screamed, and then the attack began. I arrived minutes later to break up the fight. The beating was so horrible that I felt that I had to detain Miss Stewart until her poor husband had time to come and retrieve her. a follow-up on the the assault case involving Mrs. Karen Stewart. The victim of the attack refused to drop the bodily assault charges, and the case will soon go to trial. Now, because Mrs. Stewart is of the female gender, she will not likely face prison, but God willing, she will be committed to an insane asylum for an extended period of time. Chief Constable Patrick Murphy, Wayne, New Jersey.
And that's all we have time for tonight. We'd like to thank our sponsor, We Got Food. When you want something to eat and don't care what it is, We Got Food. I'll see you all next month for another Ken Burns Presents.
Are you hungry? Too tired, drunk, or stoned to cook? Too broke to order delivery? Not in the mood to make the smallest of decisions? Then you need We Got Food. If you're tired of choosing from a bewildering list of options from other meal delivery services and you don't care whether it's got sugar, sodium, fat, glutens, or anything else, then We Got Food is for you.
I wonder if they're gonna pick up.
Hey. We got food.
Hey, you got food?
Uh-huh.
What you got?
Some cans of stuff. Some chips. Got some ramen. You want it?
Yeah.
Cool, got an address. Joey, wake up, got a delivery!
We Got Food scavenges every off-brand wholesale market, supermarket clearance stand, and independent gas station and convenience store to bring you, well, whatever we can find, as cheap as we possibly can. So call us today and get food.
We got food!
Cool.
Act now and get half off whatever we find next week. And ask about our special discounts for musicians.
Food's awesome.
And speaking of fine food and beverage, we'll be taking a 10-minute intermission at this point. So please get yourself something to eat, get yourself something to drink. Please be kind to your servers, and we will continue later with more Canned Meat Theater. Thank you for coming.
On the live broadcast. Hello, 1, 2.
Would the cast please return to their seats, please? Would the cast please return to their seats?
Okay, we're gonna get started in just a moment. But just a couple things, just want to, if you have a moment, you can follow All the Line Studio and Incubator. We're on all the social medias. We've got Instagram, Facebook, X. We also have a YouTube channel as well. So we have lots of things that are upcoming. We've got a web series, webisodes coming out too in the oncoming weeks. And then we do Next Step the last Monday of every month. So feel free to definitely check us out with all our future projects. And without further ado, Can Meet Theater Live Part 2.
Pickled pig's feet are very tasty and attractively packaged too.
But that doesn't make it right.
Welcome to your monthly horoscope, featuring your favorite fertiloquist, the fabulous Misfortune.
Good day, my dears. It's Misfortune here with your horoscopes for October. Or should I say your horror-scopes? Follow my advice and you'll be sure to avoid life's biggest jump scares this month. First up, Aries. Let's get ramming into things, shall we? This is a bad month for you to try something new. So don't. Just stay home on the couch and rewatch Stranger Things for the 6th time. For your Halloween costume, you should do something that breaks the mold. Why not try Hawk-Tuah, girl? I'm sure no one else is going to be doing that this year. Just go up to any marginally attractive man and tell him that you'll spit on that thing. Next, we have Taurus. It's no bull. This month, good things are in store for you. Take that leap of faith. Get that extra shot of syrup in your pumpkin spice latte. Why not make it a Trinta? It's just empty calories. It's never bothered a Taurus before. For your Halloween costume, any packaged costume set will do. You don't need to actually put in any effort for Halloween. That's what the Halloween store is for. Oh, my Geminis. The world is your oyster. Or maybe your jack-o'-lantern, my little two-faced friend. Carve your way into something familiar and follow up with friends you haven't heard from in a while. Could they be avoiding you because of your previous indiscretions? No way. For your Halloween costume, you should rock your inner villain. Two-Face, Jafar, evil stepmother. All of these you'll be able to play so well, no one will know you're in a costume. Are you feeling crabby, my sweet, sensitive little Cancers? Time for you to hold tight to your shell and stay where you're comfortable. If you don't go looking for trouble, surely it can't find you. Ignore those debt collection calls and letters. If they don't get to you, they can't hold you accountable. For your Halloween project, you should do a DIY, like a toilet paper mummy or a bedsheet ghost. After all, with your current financial status, that's probably all you can afford. And only the one ply. Brave, lion-hearted Leos, your passion for drama and stealing the stage this month only means one thing for you: promotion. Self-promotion, that is. Post more on your social media. Make sure to use all of the hashtags, even those that aren't really related to what you're posting about, for more reach. You're certain to get noticed this time. So for your Halloween costume, do something to make yourself stand out, but also shine on the gram. Put in way too much effort sewing your own outfit and doing face paint for a post that will get you at least 5 likes, 3 of which are from your family. My virtuous Virgo, you are the standard everyone wishes they could achieve. That's why no one wants to hang out with you, because they feel bad about themselves. This month, you should try to make more friends at work. Just be sure to tell your coworkers exactly what they're doing wrong, and make sure your boss knows that you're the one on the floor, making sure things go exactly how they're supposed to. For your Halloween costume, you can't go wrong with breaking the virgin comparisons with a slutty costume. Slutty angel, slutty demon, slutty line cook, slutty baseball umpire. The opportunities are endless. Just don't ever let those photos get back to the office. Happy birthday to my October Libras. Justice comes fast for you. That thing that's still bothering you from years ago, you're going to hear about it soon, and you'll be able to feel that smug satisfaction of being right and holding on to it for so long, instead of just letting it go. For your Halloween costume, this year is a perfect time for a throwback. The 90s are so in, so break out your best flannel and boots and get ready to relive your grudge phase. I know you never got rid of them. So, our October Scorpios, and October Scorpio birthday is a blessed one to be sure. This month, the rest of the world will better be on their toes, because you are owning it. Whatever you want, you get. Whether that's, please note that this does not include a 5-finger discount at Ulta. Your Halloween costume this month should be something creative and new. Maybe a mashup. Count Chocula, a werewolf with a surgical cone, a witch with a switch. Your possibilities are only held back by your limited, stifled imagination. Shoot for the stars this month, Sagittarius. Your spontaneity will bring wonders for you. I see something shiny in your future, whether that's a diamond ring or another crystal from the metaphysical shop in the mall that smells like weed, is up to you. For your Halloween costume, you should wait until the very last minute and then throw things together from your closet. I'm sure you'll not look out of place at your bestie's Halloween party. Everyone's favorite sassy pants, Capricorns aren't afraid to make their displeasure known. And this month, there's going to be a lot of that going around. Make sure everyone knows exactly what you're thinking and don't hold anything back this month, especially when it comes to how your Sagittarius bestie is dressed at the Halloween party. Your Halloween costume should be a classic, like Daria or Regina George. They're totally your spirit guides on socializing. Aquarians, it's time to dump out all of that old water and refill your tank. Just dump all of that negative energy down the drain and wave goodbye as it makes its way out to poison the ocean with your drama. Starting fresh requires some sacrifices. But once it's done, it's done. If someone brings up anything that's happened before, simply tell them it's in the past and it doesn't matter now. They'll understand. For your Halloween costume, you should dress up as your favorite obscure book character and get upset all night that no one knows who you are. Do people have no culture anymore? If things seem fishy, that's because they are. Pisces can tell when the vibes are off, and this month, the vibes are so off. Don't trust anyone this month. You never know who's going to backstab you and leave you crying. Although, you kind of do that regularly. For your Halloween costume, you should do something as bubbly as you are. Barbie would work best. Who cares if that was last year's costume? You'll be crying in the bathroom all night regardless. That's all for this month. Rest easy knowing your future is in your hands. And remember, if you're feeling down, just like retrogrades, problems are only temporary. Unless you're like dying or something.
Are your shelves disheveled? Cabinets cluttered, storage space out of place? You need shelf help with Shari Phelps. Hello, busy people. Today we're going to talk about a kitchen feature that can offer simple storage or an older home's old world charm as well. We're talking about the kitchen pantry. A well laid out pantry offers storage options, but can save you money too, by making it easier to see what you already have and avoid things like unnecessary last minute runs to that pricey corner market. Today we're in the beautiful old home of my dear friends Kathy and Jack, who confess that they use their sizable pantry space for storing any and everything, but also admit that they haven't gone through it in years. My silly friends. Let's take a look inside. Oh my. This one seems to have a draft coming from an outside wall. You can feel the wind go right through you. Let's see, paper towels, bleach. Another plus to large storage spaces is the ability to save time and money by buying in bulk. Let's clear a path by moving these out for now. Oh, how did Kitty get in here? Oh, and here's some potting soil. Well, that'll come in handy this spring. We'll just move it over here for now. Oh, did you hear that? Of course, old homes are known to make lots of crazy noises. They're rich in history and have so many surprises, like the size of this pantry. Now, if I can just reach the light. Oh dear, I guess the bulb's out. With a pantry this large and good lighting, the possibilities for beautiful functional storage will be endless. For now, let's look for a flashlight. Pesky draft. Let's just get over to, so hard to see. Okay. Oh, it seems to be locked from the outside. Strange. Hello? Kathy? Kathy? Jack? Hello? Well, is there someone in here? It is a fabulously large space. Ow! What the? Ow, my leg! You're not the cat! Oh my God!
From the sunny Caribbean. Well, what a whirlwind it has been since I retired. Thanks so much for the going away party. And the watch. Sure, it was a little cliched as a retirement present, but still, I could tell it was from the heart. On that note, there were so many of you in attendance that day, I didn't get a chance to talk to each and every one of you I have worked with over the years at Rumsfeld Solid Waste and Construction Disposal, Inc., and express my heartfelt feelings to each of you. For starters, there's our crackerjack management team, Hank, Wayne, and Derek. Where would I be without them? Well, in a just world, I'd be running the company and they would be unemployed. But instead, their absolute incompetence led us to near bankruptcy and a buyout by that vicious corporate raider and egregious ball bag of a human being, Mr. Alden T. Busk. Mr. Busk has, of course, gutted this once proud, family-owned business, fired scores of loyal workers who have served us through good times and bad, forced dedicated employees like me into retirement despite our proven worth to the company, and turned it into nothing more than a tax write-off to fund boob implants for his third Slovakian wife. But enough about the higher-ups. It's the people in the trenches you work with day to day that matter. So let's turn to my dear loyal staff. To my former assistant, Wanda. I have to say, you're an inspiration. I mean, not to me, but to conniving skanks everywhere, you're a role model. To most people, who do I have to blow to get this job is just an expression. But you saw it as a way to personally set back women's progress in the workplace by decades. On a related note, way to go, Derek. And to my deputy administrator, Kyle, who has now eagerly taken my place to begin his climb up the slime-coated corporate pole. Your drive and ambition know no bounds. Your lack of principle and decency would make Machiavelli squirm with intestinal discomfort. Still, I keep you in my prayers. Specifically that there is a hell and you will be tormented there for all eternity. Perhaps my tone is coming off a bit more negative than I intended. So let me change direction and thank my dear friend Chuck in accounting. Oh, my dear, darling Chuck. You alone saw me for who I am. That is, an aging burnout who'd do anything to get the hell out of here and screw this company good. And that's why I fell in love with you. Some would say it's a near miracle to find love at my age, but it's even more of a miracle to find someone who could, without anyone suspecting a thing, transfer a vast amount of the company's assets into untraceable bank accounts scattered across the globe. Oh, I should probably mention here that Chuck won't be in on Monday. Well, that's enough for now. Chuck and I would like to wish everyone at Rumsfeld the best in the future. Or, via con Dios, as they say in Paraguay, one of a number of countries without extradition treaties will be visiting in the near future. Up yours truly, name and address withheld.
Often seemingly innocent places can turn out to be just where wrong associations are made.
And that's why I'm not allowed in Chuck E. Cheese anymore.
And now it's time for Ask Your Uncle Dave. He's the one you can count on.
Dear Uncle Dave, my online dating life is a nightmare. No matter how many dates I accept, I always end up disappointed. They're either financially unstable, looking for another mother to take care of them, or they're just interested in a one-night stand. Why can't I find any good ones? I've shared some of my dating experiences here in this letter. Please help, Dave. Sincerely, Desperate in Dubuque.
Dear Desperate in Dubuque, I, like many, can certainly sympathize with you on the frustrations of the online dating scene. The best advice I can give you is to take heart and believe in yourself. Don't settle for less than you deserve. You sound like a smart, sexy, and independent woman who knows what she wants. With persistence, you'll find the man of your dreams. That said, in reviewing your dating history, might I suggest being a little less of a slut? I mean, throwing yourself at every suntan Lothario that flashes a bit of cash and promises you a good time is hardly the way to find a lasting relationship, is it? Also, judging from your letter, you live in Dubuque, Iowa. Unless your ideal romantic relationship involves corn shucking, square dancing, and extensive church going, I'd consider a far more cosmopolitan location, like Cedar Rapids, or maybe even Des Moines. All the best, Dave.
Dear Uncle Dave, my husband and I have been happily married for many years. While we have always strived to give each other the space that we've needed, I've grown concerned about his behavior recently. Ever since we first started dating, my husband has had a healthy enthusiasm for taxidermy. I still treasure the weasel he gave me for our first anniversary. But lately, he seems to want to keep this previously shared part of our lives to himself. He moved his studio out of the garage to a warehouse on the far edge of town. He also seems to be ordering a lot more supplies and equipment. I have no idea why he would need that much rope and chains. When I ask him about it, he says he's working on something special, and I'll know about it soon enough. Perhaps he's expanding his hobby into a business and wants to surprise me? I just wish he would tell me about it so I'd stop worrying. I just hate to bother him, you know? He works so hard down at the meatpacking plant. And lately, he's been very involved helping the police with their inquiries into those cheerleaders that have gone missing. He's always been very civic-minded that way. What do you think I should do? Sincerely, Confused in Kenosha.
Dear Confused in Kenosha, 2 things you should do. Number 1, pack up your most valued possessions and tell your husband you're visiting your mother for a few days. Don't go back. I can't stress this enough. Don't go back. Number 2, call Netflix. We've got a hell of a limited series here. Be safe, Dave.
If you have a problem you'd like Dave's help with, please send us an email at letters@askyouruncle.com. Please be advised that we make no claims that Dave's advice is financially, medically, legally, or morally sound. And have a beautiful day.
Now, you all know the purpose of this meeting is to plot the assassination of our Emperor Julius Caesar. We need to resort to this drastic action after 2 previous failed attempts by our junior Senator Spurius.
Me, sir?
Yes, you. You were ordered to eliminate Julius Caesar, were you not?
Yes, sir, but...
But what?
I didn't know you meant to kill him.
What else do you think we meant when we said we want you to eliminate Julius Caesar?
I thought you meant like politically.
Politically? How do you politically eliminate a sitting emperor?
Through voting, no.
What? No, he's the emperor.
And?
You don't elect the emperor. He was anointed by the gods.
So, how did we get elected?
None of us are elected. We are appointed.
Really? Do you mean like no one voted for me?
No, of course not.
But last week you said I was elected.
Elected to kill the emperor.
But I don't even remember being nominated for that. I mean, I would have liked to have campaigned against that, written a speech, congratulating my opponent, wishing him well on his future endeavors, that sort of stuff.
You didn't have an opponent.
Well, I can see why. It sounds like a terrible job, and I'm not surprised nobody wanted it.
Now then, Junior Senator Spurius.
Just Spurius is fine.
Absolutely not. Junior Senator Spurius, we gave you a very simple task: to assassinate the emperor. And you failed 2 times.
I wouldn't say I failed.
Then what would you call it?
For one thing, I didn't even know we were supposed to kill him.
Do you remember a week ago? I handed you a dagger. And what happened?
You told me to shut up because I said, "Is this a dagger I see before me?"
Correct. And then I said, we want you to use this on the emperor and tell him it's from all of us.
Yes, and I said I'll give it to him good.
Exactly. And what did you do?
I gave it to him and said, "Happy birthday, Your Majesty. Here's a gift from the Senate."
And how is that giving it to him good?
Well, I put this thing into like a bag, a gift bag with a bow on the handles.
It's giving it to him well. It was the exact opposite of what we wanted.
Well, sure, I know that now.
And what happened the second time?
Well, I figured the last gift was kind of lame. I mean, the whole Senate chipped in for one measly little dagger. It wasn't even nice. It looked really cheap on his birthday, and I just didn't like it.
It wasn't his birthday.
And that's what he said. I was like, yo, this is embarrassing. I look like an idiot.
When we asked you to poison him, did you do that?
No, I wanted to make it up to him, for the birthday mix-up thing.
So you made him a salad?
Yes, it's delightful. I made it for him nice with Roman lettuce. That was great.
You mean romaine lettuce?
I guess. It also had croutons, Parmesan cheese, a bit of anchovy, and a tangy, creamy dressing. I thought anchovies would do the trick.
How did you think anchovies were going to kill him?
Doesn't he have an allergy to anchovies?
Shellfish, you idiot! He's allergic to shellfish.
But anchovies are fish.
That's not the same thing at all.
Well, I wish somebody would have explained that sooner.
Now, since you failed us twice before, there's only one thing we can do.
Launch a get out and vote campaign.
Great Jupiter, what is wrong with you? Now, Junior Senator Spurious.
Just Spurious, please.
No! Now listen. We are going to stab Emperor Caesar together. We're going to do it as a group, and we're all going to take turns doing it just to make sure you don't screw it up this time.
So it's like a workouting?
Yes. Sure, why not?
Excellent! And we can go for pizza afterwards. I know this little place across, from the Emperor's Palace, like right over there somewhere.
Welcome to the 25th Annual World Makeup Challenge Finals. I'm Matt Finish.
And I'm Pearl Shine. Thanks for joining us here at Verizon Stadium.
We're almost ready to check out the artistry of today's competitors.
That's right, Matt. Today we'll be watching the main event, the short-form classic Everyday Look, with a head-to-head face-off between this year's two top artists.
Pearl, the classic Everyday Look has been a strength for both these competitors. And with their scores so close already, either one of them could grab the gold today.
And here comes number 33 from LA, California. Lauren Lorenz takes her place at the West Mirrors.
Still fairly new to the game, Lauren's been a consistently strong performer, doing it all from natural to glam to experimental.
That's right, and she's poised and ready, just waiting for that starting bell.
And we have Sheena at the East Mirrors following four-time champion Mackenzie McKenna. And here we go.
Lauren's starting with a homemade moisturizer as her base. It really works beautifully in concert with this super lightweight concealer and foundation she's chosen.
A good seamless start, very important. Okay, here goes the shadow base.
I like that choice for her skin tone.
And here goes on the liner. For the classic round, the judges don't want special effects. It might be hard for Lauren to keep a light hand here. And, oh, she does it flawlessly. Just a hint and perfect symmetry.
Going into mascara. Nice job on the right eye.
She's super fast. Both lashes looking good. No spills, no errors, and great separation.
Let's check in with her competitor as we take it live now to Sheena at the East Mirror with Mackenzie McKenna.
Pearl, Mackenzie's off to a great start with a fabulous organic moisturizer. There's been some questions about the ingredients, but it's been tested and cleared by the committee.
She's certainly got experience being a four-time champion, though it's important to point out those wins were a while ago.
No doubt, and with Lauren really coming into her own as well, having the advantage of age here, Mackenzie's got to be on top of her game. How's it going, Sheena?
We're into the mascara application, especially important for Mackenzie with red lashes. She's always had to work harder here.
It's really easy to spot an error.
Right side's applied, now to the second coat, and Ooh, a miss and a blink. This is going to cost her, but she's quick with a cotton swab and moving on to the blush.
As long as she doesn't go for the lash comb, she might be all right, but she really needs to pull off a more natural eye.
Most would say it's a better choice given her age, though the judges do like to see some liner applied.
That's right, Matt. It's a 5-point deduction if she doesn't.
But she looks great. It's impressive to watch her go against the new girls half her age.
Speaking of which, it's really sad that Mickey Marks was disqualified this year.
Also a 4-time champion and one who really helped to bring respect to the game. Unfortunately, a long-time user of Latisse.
It's only been the past few years that it's been listed as a disqualifier.
You really have to keep up with the medical advances and the ruling changes.
Lorenz is done with the lip liner and creates a perfect lip in a nice subdued rose.
And there's the bell.
Well, that went fast. Scoring coming up.
Ooh, and there's that low mark from the judge for McKenna's mascara slip.
Not surprising, coming from the French judge. Always hard on a returning champion.
It might hurt her overall, but it's definitely going to be close.
We're just waiting for all the scoring to be tallied now.
Big thanks to Dermagard for being our sponsor this week. Deep care for the skin you're in.
Score is coming up.
And Lawrence ends McKenna's run. We have a new makeup champion. Congratulations to Lauren Lawrence. Stay tuned for highlights of the full competition, interviews, and makeup tips coming up after the break.
The 25th Annual World Makeup Challenge has been brought to you by Red Balloon. We'll be right back after these messages.
The extreme spiked heel and the tight boot, the riding crop, the burning cigarette, rubber and leather garments.
Stop! You had me at hello.
From balmy breezes retirement community in beautiful Boca Raton, Florida, the CMT Shopping Network proudly presents famed astronaut Al Standish for Not Now.
Hey kids, it's your old pal Al Standish from Mercury 5 with important news for you and your family. Now you go get mom and dad. You remember how we celebrated the new year in 1963 by lighting that redstone candle and sending me into space for 25 whole minutes. Pretty exciting times. Well, let me let you in on a little secret. My favorite drink is chocolate milk, and I might have had one too many the night before. Boy, oh boy, they sure were tasty. Sitting the next day on the launch pad, delayed for a couple hours before rocketing into space, well, it took a little longer than I expected. Well, soon I'm traveling through space at 5,000 miles per hour, and I realized I gotta go. You know the feeling, we all do. Since I couldn't do what I did as a kid, which was sneak off into Mrs. Schultz's yard and leave my business in a rose garden. Sorry about that, Miss Schultz. I had to go right then and there. Yeah, I know, gross, right in a spacesuit. Well, let me tell you, the smartest people on the planet work for NASA, and they designed an inner lining for my spacesuit that allowed me to go without getting out of my seat. I sure couldn't go outside. Afterwards, no wetness, no odor, no nothing. Just a relaxed astronaut steering that great American space capsule way up to the sky. Now you ask, Al, how did they do that? Well, I'm gonna tell you. They did it with a bladder containment system that we call Not Now. Using space-age technology and high-impact polyethylene and polymers, the reservoir lining allowed me to go not once, but twice. Even 3 times if I wanted to. The Not Now lining goes on the inside of my spacesuit or your favorite blue jeans for maximum capacity. You just slip it on before putting on your drawers. It's amazing. Well, hello, sweetheart.
Hey, ladies at Gamma Delta Delta, go double D's. And hey, everyone, Wendy Standish here. I want to tell you, Not Now has a design for us girls, and it fits nicely beneath our capris and even our prettiest dresses.
Now you ask, what happens to the stuff? Well, I couldn't do this in space, but if I were on Mother Earth, I would go to a private place, find the Not Now release valve located at the bottom of either pant leg, and let the stuff drain into the grass. If anyone asks, hey, what are you doing? I just say, nothing. And best of all, Not Now is crazy crazy astronaut tough. You can slide into second base, third base too, maybe even home plate if you're lucky. You can wrestle with your buddies, you can ride bottom first down a construction mine, or you can climb the tallest tree.
You can even help Mama with the dishes or with the cleaning, go out to a dance recital, take a piano lesson, talk on the phone. Not Now doesn't leak, doesn't break, doesn't tear. Isn't that great? And Mamas, just have your maid run soapy water through the liner and let it air dry. 2 hours later, the children are back to being children. No fuss, no muss, nobody running in and out the back door tracking mud because they have to go. Not Now is the latest from our new frontier, space.
And Dad, Not Now works when you're playing golf, just like old Al here, or working on a house, and you find you gotta go, but you don't want to climb down off the ladder or the roof. And when a neighbor walks by and asks, "Hey, what are you doing?" you just say, "Nothing." If you're at church and Dad says, "Stop twitching," but you gotta twitch because you gotta go, just go. If you're sitting in class and you know recess ain't for another 30 minutes, but you gotta go, just go.
Not Now is available at the best clothing stores in all the children and adult sizes. Best of all, Not Now is priced to fit any budget and is available in white and gray. Perfect for families who want to go, go, go rather than stop to go. Just tell the sales clerk, Wendy
and Al Standish
sent you.
Hey, Standish, what are you doing in my rose garden?
Nothing, Miss Schultz.
In this city, the sun never sets. People dance all night and the bunions come out the next morning. Everyone is your friend until they step on your toes. It's a dog-eat-dog world out there, and my dogs are barking. My name is Sidney Greenbaum, Dr. Sidney Greenbaum. I'm the night podiatrist. In the summer heat, people start to get a little stir-crazy. They don't always think about what they're doing, the consequences of their actions. The summer makes folks do what they never did before, and it drives them right here to my office. I've seen it all. Third-degree burns from the hot sidewalk, toenails lost in fireworks accidents, ankle sprains from running through sprinklers. But something I hadn't seen was about to come through that door. Come in.
Dr. Greenbaum, it's me, Sylvia, Mikey's client.
Mikey had been my top referral source since I first graduated with my residency with a focus in corns. A good man with a talent for getting even that tiny sliver of pinky toenail painted perfectly. He was one of the best nail techs in the city, and he was the first to send me a new patient with any concerns. That's how I first met Sylvia a long time ago. Those cankles used to be the size of cantaloupes. It's been some time, Sylvia. How's Mike been? What brings you across the tracks to my place? It's been years.
Oh, you know, same old Mikey, the best nail tech you've ever seen. Listen, I'm having this little issue with my big toe. Can you take a look?
Well, it's good to hear he's doing well. Come here, let me see. You can always tell when someone's had a recent pedicure. The flip-flops come out and the tan lines between the toes start to show. You can also tell when someone's been done wrong.
Oh, yes, see, it's swollen and green, and it does not match my pink pizzazz petty.
My God, I've never seen an STD this bad before.
STD?
Subungual toenail disease. You've got a very nasty fungal infection here. I've only ever seen this from a pedicure gone wrong. Did Mikey do this to you?
No, he would never. His equipment is always so sterile. But, well, you see, I love Mikey. He's a great nail tech. But things have gotten so routine. I go in, he asks about my day, we pick the same shade of green polish, he uses the same lavender sugar scrub on my kinkles.
I don't like where this is going.
Dude, it was just a one-time thing. A a moment of weakness. You see, there was this Groupon.
Groupon.
I know, but it was for a deluxe spa pedicure, half off. It had it all. The fizz, the scrub, the paraffin wax. You know Mikey hasn't used any paraffin wax on me in years. I just wanted to feel that heat again, Doc. I wanted to try something new and bold. Hot pink toes. Mikey would never let me do that. Says it doesn't match my skin tone.
All right. So you went to a new salon and got the deluxe pedicure.
So when it came time to do my cuticles, I noticed the pusher was a bit dull. It didn't come out of a fresh pack like Mikey's always does, but instead straight out of the drawer. I thought that was weird, but the technician said, don't worry, I keep my equipment clean. He started working on me, and then, ow, I felt him accidentally cut my cuticle. I thought nothing of it. He was very apologetic. He even got me a glass of wine to make up for it, but now, well, I see I was wrong. Clean equipment, he said. I never thought I'd be done this wrong. What will Mikey think if I go back to him like this? His heart will break. You know how sensitive he is.
Yes, he would be entirely crushed. Well, I can prescribe you a cream, put it on twice a day for 14 days, and you'll be all cleared up. But Sylvia...
Please don't tell Mikey. I'm begging you. I'll never shop around again.
Doctor-patient confidentiality, Sylvia. My lips are sealed. But I don't want to see you back in here with an STD again, understand?
Yes, doctor. I'll stay loyal to Mikey from here on out. Besides, his salon has way better massage chairs anyways. The last one, they only had 1 speed. But I really need that deep 3-speed lower back chair. Thank you for helping me see the light.
In the weeks since Sylvia's visit, Mike's been posting his work regularly on his Instagram account. And Sylvia's been there quite often. 3 pedicures in 3 months, can you believe it? The two seem very satisfied. Even saw red polish. Looks like they're experimenting with something new. Sometimes it's that reminder of what you have is special that keeps you going back. And sometimes it's a visit to the night podiatrist.
Summertime again in Florida, and that means it's time to head to the beach.
And to make sure you fully enjoy your time on Florida's beaches, make sure you're prepared.
Be sure to bring plenty of sunscreen.
And drink plenty of fluids.
Obey any and all warnings, alerts for all beach areas.
And of course, only swim in an area with a lifeguard on duty.
And remember to always be courteous to your fellow beachgoers.
And that's why we're here to remind you that Florida has a zero-tolerance policy for beach pooping.
Human feces is not only unsightly and unhygienic, and running across it in the dunes,
ew,
or in the water, can really ruin your day at the beach.
But there are things you can do. Avoid having a heavy meal before heading to the beach. And always know where the nearest available restrooms are. And make sure you don't get too far away from them.
If you do run across an unfortunate incident, please do not attempt to clean it up yourself. Please alert your nearest lifeguard or beach patrol member who will handle the situation.
So enjoy the summer. And remember, keep Florida beaches #1 by cutting out the #2. Don't drop the deuce, Florida!
This message brought to you by the state of Florida, Ron DeSantis, governor.
A simple yet shocking fact.
This is an infomercial!
So we have Joe, Boino, Neena, Leon. have Jeffrey S. Herman, we have Jennifer Kalison, Doc Anthony Bravo, of course, Doug McDowell. We have Toni Deckers, Andrea Howells, we have Neena, we have Kayla Miller, and we have Michael F. Lewis as well. A huge thank you to Toni Taylor, who's manning our live stream. Yeah. And again, a huge thank you for Bynx for hosting us. So awesome, thank you guys. Great. So we're gonna do a Q&A with all of our writers. So there's multiple writers that are here. So just, yeah, so I guess we'll get started on that.
Okay.
Cool, yeah.
So if we could have all the writers in this general area, that would be myself. We have Jennifer, we have Jeff Rembert, we have Erik Deckers, we have Wayne Cothron. Wayne, if you just want to stay there, that's cool. Okay. So, and, or you want to turn around your chair. So, did I miss anybody on that list? Andrea Howells.
I'm right here.
Okay.
Wayne, do you want to go on stage?
No, I'm good.
Oh, okay.
First, let me just clear up that none of us have ever actually pooped on a beach. So
that we'll admit to.
there is a story behind that. But anyway. So anyway, any questions? Yes.
Can you talk a little more about the writing process and how you all bring different voices together to collaborate together to produce the show?
We do, yeah. So yeah, this all started out where I was just messing around, and I just said, I want to do a podcast because I can't afford to make independent films like my friends. Actually, they can't afford it either, which is why All the Line was created, to help those people. But I started doing it on my own. Then I think the first person I collaborated with was Jen, and we came up with The Night Podiatrist. And then from there, I just sort of sent it out saying, hey, I'm doing this sketch comedy podcast. Is anybody interested? Send me a script. And then I got more scripts than I knew what to do with. And then we usually have regular writers' rooms meetings, and we go over all the scripts. We give each other feedback on them, and then we go back, we make edits and things, and then we finally bring finished script together, and then we record it. So we've got a real diversity of writers and talents here that are represented. There's some absolutely fantastically talented people. I'm just overwhelmed sometimes with the people that I've been able to work with. And there are people that I couldn't fit up on the stage, and who couldn't be here, and
Jeff is just hiding in the corner.
And Jeff is just hiding in the corner, yes.
Yeah.
Not Jeff. We have two Jeffs, yeah.
Yes.
So
The writer Jeff.
The writer Jeff, yeah. We do have sort of a process, and we feed off of each other. We're usually inspired by each other's pain. Jen's aching feet, my lousy job. Kim's struggle to find a decent assistant. So, it comes from all over the place. So yeah, and we open it up to everybody. We want to invite everybody here if you want to be involved, either as a writer or as a voice actor. We've got cards over there with our email address and our website on it if you want to get in touch with us. We're going to be moving forward from here. We got another episode that's going to be in the works, hopefully out by Halloween. We got some special bonus episodes that we're going to be working on. So we're going to be looking for a lot of people in the near future. Yeah.
Was the Halloween things that you had, were they part of the podcast that's coming out?
Actually, most of those were actually from our last Halloween special. So we'll have all new ones for this one.
How long have you been writing?
How long have I been writing? That's an interesting question. Ever since I was probably younger than you, I started writing. I've never been able to make a living at it. I've always enjoyed writing this and that. It's only when I moved back here to Orlando that I got into writing comedy like this, and that was because I met all these wonderful people who were doing it. And I was lucky enough to fall into that crowd. And I've really enjoyed it ever since then. So yeah. Anything else? Yes.
What happened to the graphic designer?
What happened to the graphic designer? We sent them to Mistress Nightshade.
They never came back.
And they never came back. So.
Does anyone have like a particular, sketch that stood out for them that that you maybe had a particular question for?
The Kid Birds was really good.
Yeah.
That's his.
I wrote that one.
So.
And should we mention that you improv'd half of that when you did your boomer?
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
I wrote one line.
You did more than one line, my dear.
Just a really long one.
Wayne and I actually wrote that. Well, no, I should say Wayne wrote that because it's his sketch. We came up with the idea. I think we were sitting in my kitchen one morning, and came up with the idea of all these, because I think we must have been watching some commercials or something. Was that it?
Yeah.
And it was restless leg syndrome or something, and said, where did all these weird things happen? I mean, nobody had this, 150 years ago. They never talked about this during the Civil War, and it popped into our heads. And we said, can you imagine if, and then, I don't know, a week or two later, he sends me this script. And it was just, I mean, we were a little like, it's a little tasteless, but it's really good. And then we found Michael. And Michael's really, as you can tell, he's a brilliant sound guy. So give it to him for that. I just, he joined us, and he had met us at Stardust, and he showed up, and he did some little roles for us, and then he got this, and he just has sort of blossomed as an actor. I don't know where half of the stuff he said tonight came from. It's new, it's fresh every time he does it, and we all have to stop ourselves from laughing and continue. So yeah, that's Wayne. That's your piece of business. So yeah.
Hi. I wanted to say that I really enjoyed the musical elements, and I'm wondering, is that the result of your wonderful sound guy? Are you the one who finds because the night podiatrist music is so evocative. It does a lot of the work for you. Also, I really enjoyed the makeup, whatever that was. Whatever it's called, because, sometimes doesn't it really get you that people are making a living, taking pictures of themselves and sitting around? I live right here, and when you go out, when I go outside my door, I'm surrounded by people that have been sitting there all day.
So yeah, it was Jen who wrote that. So
Well, I have to be honest, that's actually, there's a couple of things at hand there. There's an improv game where you do everyday Olympics and you take a very basic brushing your teeth or something like that activity and blow it up into an Olympic format. And then a friend of mine, we had this idea to do a makeup sort of thing, but we never got off the ground until Canned Meat. But also, yes, the things that bother you the most are very good for comedy writing.
Really enjoyed it.
Thank you.
And I'll just say, to this point, all the music is just free, non-royalty stuff that's been downloaded from the internet. Most of it.
Very well chosen.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, this was, it was all background music. There was on Canned Meat episodes already.
Yeah.
They incorporated that into the live show.
Uh-oh. Yes, Mr. Decker.
Why was my sketch so far down in the lineup?
Because your wife told us to put it there.
I knew it!
So, no, that's not true. That's not true. Toni's wonderful. You're really punching above your weight. I just no.
Is the the night podiatrist an ongoing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Really enjoyed it.
Yes, what you heard tonight were the first 2 episodes, and I think we've had a total of 4. It's become quite an ongoing story. There's a lot of intrigue in the world of undercover podiatry.
It veers off into different subjects related back to podiatry and the medical establishment.
I'm still working on that athlete's foot one.
Yes.
And I'm thinking Green Bomb is Green Street, Sydney Green Street.
No, I have no idea where I came up with the name. That may have been subconscious. I think I was just looking for a doctor-y sounding name. I believe I had a high school classmate whose name was Greenbaum. And Sydney sounded like a good name for a doctor, so.
Well, you know, Norman Greenbaum did Spirit in the Sky, so maybe that's part of it.
It may be. So who knows? Yes.
So I was going to ask, what is your inspiration for writing the podiatry? Was it a collaboration more so, or
It was Jen's aching feet.
It wasn't even aching. It was my frustration finding a podiatrist and how literally my old podiatrist I could talk to joined a group, and this happens in many different industries where like something private equity. Anyway, so then it's just this maddening jumping through hoops to get the results, appointments, whatever, and then they upsell you. And so I was complaining about it to Doug, and that's how that started.
Yeah, she was complaining. She said, "I have to work all day, and I can't get an appointment with my podiatrist during the day." And I said, "So what you need is like a night podiatrist?"
No, we need somebody who's outside the establishment.
Yeah. So yeah, it blossomed from there. So.
Is Bellevue Beach a real place?
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, we figured Wayne and I figured we would get these comments. Okay. So the Bellevue Beach is loosely based on Fernandina Beach, Florida, which is in the very northeast corner of the state. It's on Amelia Island. That is where Wayne currently lives. And it's where I lived for almost 20 years, and I did work in local government there. I worked for Nassau County. I did not work for the city of Fernandina Beach, but we did deal with a lot of crazy things and crazy people that make it into that sketch. And yes, there was, and it was brought up, there was a beach committee that the county had that would address issues of great concern about the beaches, because obviously they're very important, and there was great consternation a few years ago because there was obviously a problem with people pooping on the beach. And I distinctly remember my director at the time coming back from that meeting and saying, people are pooping on the beach. And we were just like, what? And we got a lot of mileage out of that in many ways. So yes, that is all based on fact. So yes. So please be courteous and don't drop the deuce, Florida. So.
I guess I think we have more time for one more question. So, hey, Jeff.
No. Jeff.
I have my mother's feet. What should I do?
What?
Good night, everybody. You're speaking to
Call your podiatrist.
Well, great. Thank you all so much. Thank you all. And hope to see you again at the next one. So.